What to wear? Well, as you can see, at GTN, we don't really have to give it very much thought. It's either a GTN cap or beanie and a hoodie, and off we go. Yeah, when you are dressing for a triathlon race, getting it right is a little bit more important. And this is where the trisuit comes in, an essential piece of kit that has been developed over the years. And if you are spending hundreds of dollars on such kit, you want to make sure that you're wearing it correctly. It's time to peel back the layers and discuss what to wear under your trisuit. Before we look into underwear choices, get your giggles out of the way. Underwear, by definition, is just a garment that is worn underneath an outer layer of clothing. We will need to take a closer look at the trisuit and its features. But before we do that, we would love it if you guys want to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking on the globe and subscribing. First and foremost, a trisuit is designed to be a garment that you can happily swim, bike and run in. It should be quick drying, hopefully hydro and aerodynamic, and comfortable enough that you can wear it all day for a long race. Now, obviously, not all trisuits are created equally. Some will be made from different materials. They'll have varying amounts of compression or support, different seams, etc. But they do all have one thing in common, and that is they are designed to not be worn with any underwear, pants, knickers, whatever you want to call them. So men, it's quite simple. You shouldn't be wearing anything underneath your trisuit. If you cycle, which I imagine you do, then hopefully you wear cycle shorts without any underwear underneath them. Well, a trisuit is no different. It has a chamois that is designed to be worn directly next to your skin. If you do wear any undergarments, then they're going to ruin the antibacterial properties, the wicking and the anti-chafing properties. You might question the chamois thickness. It's going to be noticeably thinner than what you'll see in your cycle shorts. And yes, you are going to be on your bike for as long, if not longer, than a bike ride. However, you are also swimming and running. You don't want a thick, wet, heavy chamois in the swim holding water, and you don't want a thick pad when running. I mean, have you ever tried running in your cycle shorts? Yeah, it doesn't feel great. It's not just the thickness of the chamois, but it's the seams that are going to be crucially placed as well to avoid chafing when cycling and when running. And if you think you put an undergarment under there, you're going to lead to the likes of ruching and just seams in the wrong places, and it's not going to wick very well. So when in the trisuit, ditch the pants. The only time in a triathlon that you should be considering wearing any underwear is if you are getting changed in transition into run kit. And if that's you, well, you're probably not going to be watching this video anyway. Okay, back to the topic. If you don't wear pants, then what would you ever wear under a trisuit? Well, men, you can switch off here because we are talking about sports bras. Now, some trisuits will claim that they have support or there's some sort of support structure within them, but I use quotation marks because it's usually just an underband or an extra layer of material that helps with your modesty. But if it actually came down to showing any support of your breasts, it's going to be pretty minimal. You might find that you are actually comfortable with just that extra compression and that layer, and you don't need a sports bra. If so, you're one of the lucky women. So if you are an athlete that feels you need that extra support, you're going to need to wear a sports bra underneath your trisuit. And we've recently made a video looking specifically at how to find the right sports bra, so I'd suggest checking that out. And obviously it comes down to personal preference, with the most important thing being fit and comfort. And when you add in triathlon, well, that's just another dimension you need to think about. So you want to make sure that it's something that's going to be comfortable for all three sports, not just running, as well as something that doesn't hold the water too heavily. So you probably want to avoid any pads or underwiring that might rub, and pay extra attention to where seams are, because when you've been wearing it for a really long day and it's got wet early in the morning, you might find that it starts to rub in areas such as under your arms. So just make sure that you test it out with swimming and don't just take your favorite run bra to your triathlon. Obviously, a trisuit is designed for racing across the three disciplines, so it is going to feel different to your training cycle shorts and your training run kit. But the sign of a good trisuit is one that you put on in the morning and you forget about until you finish your race. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this brief video. If so, give us a like.